Whoa. Lenny, what you doing? What are you doing? Motherfucker, I'm doing a bullshit video. About what? Why are you doing a bullshit video for? It's a motherfucking bullshit date for the Godzilla trailer coming out the 25th. Lenny, that was considered to be confirmed earlier today. What have you been doing all day? Smoking weed. No. Cut it off. We're going to do a regular commentary video discussing all the events that took place today. But I appreciate you being on top of shit. But this time, we actually have some good news. Well, hell yeah! A motherfucking Godzilla trailer. Well, you know what that means. Friday night, ETN's gonna host motherfucking live stream talking Godzilla trailer and speculation. Thank you, Lenny. I was gonna say that in the video, but you covered it. So why don't we get back to the normal program? Okay, guys, well, looked like Lenny was being a little bit overzealous there, but you know, when there's so much bullshit that's come out the last couple of weeks, so excuse me, almost 2 months to this point, it is now finally time to talk something legitimate. Godzilla trailer airing tomorrow all over the internet at 1 o'clock p.m. Big news. I first heard about it on the Godzilla movie website. They switched it over to the, well, you guys know, I don't need to explain it. But a lot of stuff going on today. The Empire magazine, we got the Roar, which is basically the same thing we've heard in the trailer. So to me, that wasn't such a big deal, but still very nice. And then a lot of different sources posted the Godzilla trailer being confirmed for tomorrow. Saw the Twitter from Legendary. I'm not sure how long it was on their site for, because I know for a fact nobody goes to that site. That's just a fact. Nobody goes to that site. Now that's a different story. So something tells me it's been there for a little bit, probably longer than most of us would think. You know, I wanted dialogue, and I got dialogue. So far, we've got some dialogue. Sounds like Lebanese website will be redeeming themselves to some extent. If what she, or he, I don't know if it's he or she, if they described, if we see what they described along with the narration, then kudos to them. Congratulations for nailing that one. So definitely give my hats off to you. As I've said before, you know, give credit where credit's due, and I call bullshit where bullshit's due. Plain and simple. I got a lot of emails today. A lot of emails. Just so you guys know, I did know about the trailer and all the information probably about 1 o'clock. If you haven't gone to the Nation Facebook group page yet, I mean, we were all over this shit all day today. Everybody there was all over it, updating each other left and right. I mean, it's been mayhem there all day. I just went on a little while ago, and I asked these guys, did you guys stop to take a break or anything? You know, so, but okay. So here's the deal. So Cranston obviously is talking to somebody about covering something up, which I'm gonna get to that in a minute, because that plays a big thing for me. I have something I wanna to show you guys. Something about arguing with somebody about trying to cover up the whole deal, and then discussing things that they've done, taking us back to the Stone Age, which I can only dissect right now before seeing the trailer. I'm sure once the trailer's shown tomorrow, it might be a whole different thing. I can only dissect that as being that since these monsters are beginning to emerge, Godzilla, the Muto monsters, whatever the case may be, obviously that puts the human race in a position to get extinct and return to something maybe similar to the dinosaur age. Not saying they're dinosaurs, but I think that's what he's getting at. Just my opinion, okay? You don't have to agree with me, but I think you should. No, I'm just joking. Then he, you know, obviously he's very, very upset. Now, the other thing I want to note, and I'm sure some people have already realized this, for those of you who haven't, if you recall way back to last summer, during the Comic-Con trailer, one of the interviews, he did state that he was one of the first people to realize the anomaly, and by the time he figured out what it was, all hell broke loose. Now, this sounds like it could be that scene that he was referring to. So, I also think what we hear in that clip is going to be in the movie. I know sometimes you'll see a trailer, there'll be a narration or somebody talking during the trailer, and that's not always in the movie, but this sounds too well, like, acted out, for lack of a better term. In other words, there's a lot of passion in his voice, a lot of anger, a lot of feeling and emotion. I don't think they would derive, because just verbally it sounds magnificent. So I don't think they would deprive the movie of such a performance if it looks as intense as it sounds. So I believe we will get that in the movie. Not much else to dissect from that. I mean, this is kind of the whole thing we've been doing now. You know, this is the new fad. A trailer gets announced. So a trailer is like 2 minutes long, and then you get the tease of the tease, which is like 15, 20 seconds. And that seems to be the fad. The only thing is they did it a little bit differently. Instead of showing you anything, they did something with audio, which to me is just brilliant. Brilliant because now it just makes your cogs spin like, okay, this is the first actual dialogue we've gotten from the movie that is not something that sounds like this. Gentlemen, you are being sent on a Halo jump. I know many of you have not, you know, that kind of shit. We've seen that. We know that's a big deal. It's a beautiful scene, but it's old now, right? It's old. So nonetheless, the point I'm trying to make is that dialogue in the original trailer didn't really give us anything other than just a leader of his military force, the admiral, giving orders to his men. Plain and simple. We've seen that a million times in different movies, where this gives us an idea that there's something behind everything that's happening in terms of what Cranston's describing. Now, who could he be arguing with? Well, that's the kicker. I could sit here and guess a million different people. If I had to take a wild guess, I would say maybe Serizawa. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that, but you got to remember, this is not a remake. This is a reboot. Just because Serizawa is in the movie as a character does not mean he's going to be the same Serizawa that we saw in the 54 Gojira movie. So that's number one. Number two, it doesn't necessarily mean that Serizawa is a bad guy. Perhaps he was doing something, following orders, whatever the case may be. So that's my first guess. Then my second guess was maybe Akira Takarada. Maybe that's his cameo. Sometimes cameos don't always have to be just one scene. Some cameos can be a little bit more extended, and maybe, I speculated this a long time ago that Takarada might play the head of the Muto organization. Is that likely? Probably not, but that's just a second guess. It's definitely not Aaron Taylor Johnson. It's definitely not Sabongi. It's not Olsen. It's not Banash. So Ken Watanabe, going back to old habits, Watanabe and Akira Takarada were the two first people that popped in my head. But again, there might be some other characters in this movie that have probably a bigger role. I don't think it's the Admiral. I think his real name is David Strathairn. Is that what it is? I think that's his real name. I don't think it's him because he's out there barking orders about Halo jumps and all this shit. So I don't think it's him. I would have to let me pull up the cast real quick. Bear with me. Okay, so like I said, Aaron Taylor Johnson's not going to be him. It's not going to be Olsen. It's not going to be Banash. David Strathairn, I think he's out. Richard T. Jones is listed as a colonel, a mysterious military figure, and maybe that's who it is, because obviously a colonel is a very high rank. The Muto organization obviously looks very militant, so it's a very good chance it could be Richard T. Jones, who's playing right now, listed as the colonel, no name, and the description is a mysterious military figure. Now, going back to the Cranston thing, there was a video I made some time ago where I speculated, what if they tried to do a government cover-up? And boy, the backlash I got when I said that. And it's funny how Cranston said in this little clip, did you expect to cover that up? Blah, blah, blah. Did anybody forget about that? You know what? Let's go back to the videotape where I said that. What this tells me is going to be one of two things. Either A, the 1954 did attack. They're gonna link this movie to that movie, and it was a huge worldwide government cover-up. And people in Japan who actually survived that attack and knew about it, which most of them would probably be deceased by now, were taken into custody and swore not to mention anything, that it was an earthquake or that it was a nuclear bomb, whatever the case may be. And there it is. Really? Really? I told you guys, one of my speculations was that it could be a government cover-up of some sort, or, whatever the case may be. But look, to be fair, may not be related, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, now, Empire Magazine had a very nice picture of Godzilla on the cover. Article, or at least the description of the article. I don't know if what I read was the actual article, but, it's very nice. Obviously they covered X-Men earlier, so this is their next big story, and I'm sure they're getting a lot of sales from this. People are going haywire all over the internet. There have been trolls popping up stealing videos. A couple of my videos got stolen and reposted, so I'll be dropping the hammer on that pretty soon. And You know, look, it's very exciting. Now, the good thing is I'm off tomorrow, so you can expect two things. I will do a trailer reaction video, and I will do a trailer review video. Now, I'm, you guys know for the most part, I come on here and I pretty much shoot from the hip. I do my commentary right out of the heart. There's no script. There's nothing reading. There's no list I go by on things I want to cover. If I forget something, I forget it, and that's that, and I cover it later. So my trailer reaction video, don't expect it to be like, oh my God, because I don't really get like that. You'll see me smile. You'll see me get excited, but I don't get crazy. So it may not be something exciting, but I'm going to do it anyway. Everybody does it. I'll follow suit. Let's see how it goes. You can definitely expect my review shortly thereafter. And then, like I said, or like Lenny said, he shouted it out, live stream Friday night here on ETN. I will put the event list on the front page so you can see what time. Most likely it's going to be between 9 and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, maybe for about an hour, hour and a half, we can all get together, chit-chat about the trailer and speculation. Now that we are getting a trailer, you can definitely expect much more speculation videos from me going forward, because now I have two trailers, or would have two trailers to reference from as opposed to one. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I love doing that. I love using my imagination to come up with what I think might happen. But, you know, very, very, very nice to finally hear some dialogue from the movie, to finally hear, and just the tone of his voice, the seriousness, the urgency. Very, very, very cool. And I would love to put it up here. I know some of you guys probably expect me to, but I'm not. Usually, maybe a week or two down the road, I might. But usually this early, I'm not going to start throwing stuff up that could be get me a claim or something like that. I don't want to do that. Plus, you guys have heard it a million times. There's really no reason for me to put it up there. We all know what the Empire magazine cover looks like, but if you haven't seen it, I'll put it up real quick, and there it is. Obviously, Godzilla, very, very nice cover. I like the red and the black. I think it's a great cover. The roar, to me, sounds fine. It sounds a little bit more high-pitched than the original, but we really have only heard one type of roar so far. We haven't heard him growl. We haven't heard him snarl. We haven't heard any other noises, and I'm sure he's going to make more than one. But, you know, outside of that, I mean, what else is there to say? This is what we've been waiting for. I think the question going forward at this point is, are they going to continue with the campaign going forward, or are they going to hit a dry spell? Either way, I just want you guys to know, enjoy this. We have been having such a hard time, A, waiting for this, B, filtering through all the crap in between all that, and C, now we have to prepare that if they continue to hit the ground running going forward till the movie comes out, now it's going to be really tough, because you're still going to get a lot of crap that's going to come out. But because Warner Brothers might continue to push the movie, then we got to filter out, well, what's real and what's not. Bottom line is, like I always said, no matter what you hear on Twitter or any other website, your best reliable source is Legendary and Warner Brothers. I would traditionally say Alberta, but obviously that turned out to be wrong. Which was a little surprising, because some people were telling me, well, they don't list the trailers on the line, and that's not actually true. I actually knew about the X-Men trailer that went online 2 days before because of Alberta. So they have listed trailers online before. Why they didn't get this one, who knows? But now, obviously, that is a chink in their armor for me. But still, obviously, they are more reliable than some other sources. But there's no other source more reliable than Legendary and Warner Brothers. That's why I heard it first today. You know, I don't get caught up in people naming one. I mean, how many dates did we get in February? We had the 7th, the 14th, the 27th. Now, you know, I mean, it's either one date or it's not. There's no in-betweens. There's no jumping back and forth. I mean, let's face it. When you get an official trailer announcement from a company that's releasing the movie themselves, there's no date changes. It may not be listed or announced when we want to hear it, but they did list it officially today, one day before they're going to drop it. So either way, it is a fun time. We've really been waiting for this. We've all been as patient as possible. Some of us have lost our heads, me included. But overall, it's going to be a very exciting afternoon tomorrow. So that's more or less it for this video, guys. You can expect much more Godzilla content tomorrow. For those of you waiting for the simulation fantasy battle for Galactus and Unicron, it is done. I do have some minor editing to finish, so just so you know, it will be up. But right now, we got to take care of the Godzilla stuff. It's more important. And if you haven't had a chance, definitely go join the Nation Facebook page. That place is wild. It is wild. I have never, ever seen in my life such an active Facebook page that only has 150 people. I mean, you would think when you go there, there's like 5,000 people talking at the same time. There's only 150 people there, and this place is off the hook. These guys are crazy, they're funny, and they're all on top of shit, and everybody gets along. It's just a great, great community. If you really, really want to join, a Godzilla fan, and it's not necessarily a Godzilla fan page. I mean, we do talk games, talk Walking Dead. Obviously, Godzilla is the center of the attention right now, but if you really want to go somewhere where you can show your opinion, have fun conversation with other fans of different topics, I gotta honestly say, so far there has been no bullshit there. Well, but there never will be, because we all know Rob doesn't tolerate bullshit. And on that note, this is Rob signing off for ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy. Whoa. Lenny, what you doing? What are you doing?
Motherfucker, I'm doing a bullshit video.
About what? Why are you doing a bullshit video for?
It's a motherfucking bullshit date for the Godzilla trailer coming out the 25th.
Lenny, that was considered to be confirmed earlier today. What have you been doing all day?
Smoking weed.
No. Cut it off. We're going to do a regular commentary video discussing all the events that took place today. But I appreciate you being on top of shit. But this time, we actually have some good news.
Well, hell yeah. A motherfucking Godzilla trailer. Well, you know what that means. Friday night, ETN's gonna host motherfucking live stream talking Godzilla trailer and speculation.
Thank you, Lenny. I was going to say that in the video, but you covered it. So why don't we get back to the normal program? Okay, guys. Well, looked like Lenny was being a little bit overzealous there, but you know, when there's so much bullshit that's come out the last couple of weeks, or excuse me, almost 2 months to this point, it is now finally time to talk something legitimate. Godzilla trailer airing tomorrow all over the internet at 1 o'clock p.m. Big news. I first heard about it on the Godzilla movie website. They switched it over to the, well, you guys know. I don't need to explain it. But a lot of stuff going on today. The Empire magazine, we got the Roar, which is basically the same thing we've heard in the trailer. So to me, that wasn't such a big deal, but still very nice. And then a lot of different sources posted the Godzilla trailer being confirmed for tomorrow. Saw the Twitter from Legendary. I think, I'm not sure how long it was on their site for, because I know for a fact nobody goes to that site. That's just a fact. Nobody goes to that site. Now that's a different story. So something tells me it's been there for a little bit, probably longer than most of us